So here are the words of Vybz Kartel, or here are the words that were printed. I don't know if it's Cartel print the words them. I wasn't there. It wasn't me. Right. The first one says Vybz Kartel reacts to his attorney's office burning down, along with his murder case documents as well. And then under Vybz Kartel's official Instagram, it says, Feds boy them, Bundong John Clark / Isat Buchanan office, thinking they could destroy the files. It's 2024. Files are stored on cloud. You fucking idiots. Well, as you know, I have these shirts that I wear. And today I'm wearing my bumbleclot shirt. Because this is a bumbleclotish kind of situation. Ja. Yeah, let's get right into the material. So welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. This one, I had to make sure I do this one on video. Because me want you see my facial expressions and everything. I just feel like we relate better this way than me talking behind pictures, so on and so forth. Now, we did a video yesterday on the Vybz Kartel situation, speaking of his attorneys filing habeas corpus and basically trying to get them released from lockup, right? And no sooner did we post that than news headline says lawyers' offices raised with crucial documents. May I say raised with crucial documents? Because you know them use some antiquated words. Come on now, don't act like we walk around every day saying the house was raised, right? R-A-Z-E-D or Z-E-D if you are Jamaican. It means that the place burned down. And I skipped across the headline the first time I saw it because I really didn't know what the hell raised mean. Well, an office building that is shared by at least 7 attorneys on Duke Street in downtown Kingston, which housed documents that are crucial for at least 2 high-profile court cases, including Vybz Kartel's murder matter, was totally destroyed by fire last Thursday. Jamaica Fire Brigade Divisional Commander for Kingston and St. Andrews Senior Superintendent Patrick Gooden told the Jamaica Observer on Monday that all documents in filing cabinets, furniture and other items all went up in flames. Somebody said one of the 2 high-profile cases is Tesha Miller and the other one is Vybz Kartel. I don't know. I'm going off of what this says. I wasn't there. It wasn't me. Now, at least one of the attorneys who used that building was said to have been a legal representative of reputed gangster Tesha Miller. It says it right here. John Clark, one of the attorneys who operates from the building, he refused to comment on Monday, saying only that I am still in the grieving process. According to the JFB's Gooden, the York Park Fire Station was alerted to the fire. Watch the time period of response. They were alerted to the fire at 2:07 a.m. 1 unit from York Park responded, and when they arrived at the location, they realized that the building was fully engulfed in flames, which required additional assistance from the Trenchtown and Rollington Town stations, he said, adding that they eventually extinguished the blaze after about 6 hours. The place burned down, flat. The building was constructed of concrete and steel. A section was covered by slab roofing and another section was covered by slab and zinc, and it was totally destroyed. And we have not yet determined the cause, Gooden said. It's approximately 4 days now. But investigators have been there on several occasions trying to get details and trying to get as much evidence that can assist them in identifying what caused this fire. One of the things they identified was that the board flooring inside the building was something to pay attention to. The Jamaica Observer had learned last week. This part, it gets sketchy, but check this out. I'm not speaking on Tesha Miller case right now. I'm just strictly focusing on the Vybz Kartel case because I find it funny that his lawyers are filing for them to be released early pending the review of should they take it back to trial or not, right? Which I believe is like June 10th. And he was trying to get them out earlier, a little earlier, and then this happens. I don't believe that there is no coincidence in the universe. I keep on saying this all the time. Everything is connected, you just don't know the connection. You understand? Now, with that said, Tesha Miller himself is up for prosecution now. They are hitting him with something like what they hit Black Man with on his side of the gang, according to the law. You know, the Black Man faction of the One Dan Klansman gang. Yeah, and that is coming like a RICO charges in the US, right? So Tesha is up to face his music right now, and it's funny that all the paperwork pertaining to his case bun up, along with the paperwork pertaining to Vybz Kartel's case bun up. Now, the Jamaica Observer has learned last week. Listen to this part, you know. They learned last week that lawyers representing Adidja Palmer or Vybz Kartel, the lawyers were planning to file a habeas corpus application to have him released from prison following the recent Privy Council ruling. But when the Observer called Cartel's attorney Isat Buchanan last week, when they found out, or a little birdie told them this, when they called him to confirm is it true or so, he was dodgy and recommended that whoever gave wind of the plan should also explain the details. It's them tell you. So if it's them tell you, ask them to tell you all the details then, kind of thing. But using the word dodgy could lead to something else. You know, when you say somebody is dodgy, it doesn't say anything good. It means the person is very deceptive, but like more like in a criminal kind of way. Dodgy, right? He's dodgy, mate. Dodgy means don't trust that person. So I don't know why Jamaican newspaper is using the word dodgy to describe Isat Buchanan. They could have said he was not forthcoming with information, right? And he told us that whoever told us that should have the rest of whatever information they gave to us. But they used the word dodgy. And I'm starting to think, is this a concerted effort by the system to include news media and other law enforcement and others, judicial system, to keep Vybz Kartel where he is at? They went on to say, however, on Monday, Jamaica received news that Vybz Kartel's legal team had filed the habeas corpus. The same thing that they heard a week before that he was going to file, and contacted him to confirm or deny, and he didn't. When contacted on Monday, Isat Buchanan said that the habeas corpus hearing will take place on May 29th and 30th. That's because they went to court and the judge said the prosecution, or the DPP, Department of Public Prosecution, should have a hand in this and should be served these documents as well. Not only that, a superintendent, I believe, of whatever his position is over at the correctional facility, he is also brought in. Buchanan, who up to recently had an office in the building, had in that same building that caught on fire, that was destroyed last week, said that the application was made because of problems that the defense did not wish to disclose or elaborate on. Very interesting. They filed a habeas corpus because of problems that the defense did not wish to disclose or to elaborate on. I don't know. I find all of this just, you know, it's that moment where you're like, we're still asking the same old question. Is Jamaica a real place? Yeah, or better yet, I say it like this. We live in a Netflix movie. Yeah, we live in a Netflix movie. Because you can't script this. You can't script this. This just has to happen. I pray that there is somebody out there who is a good filmmaker, who has some backing financially, who can take these real life events and turn them into movies. Maybe it be even Vybz Kartel themselves who will be free and able to document their own journeys into a film. It would be a very interesting tale to tell. People, something in a something. You don't think that something is in something. Now, mind you, Vybz Kartel did answer. And I don't remember his exact words, but he said something to the effect of, the Fed boy them bun down the office, lawyer office. Here are the words of Vybz Kartel, or here are the words that were printed. I don't know if it's Cartel print the words them. I wasn't there. It wasn't me. Right. The first one says Vybz Kartel reacts to his attorney's office burning down, along with his murder case documents as well. And then under Vybz Kartel's official Instagram, it says, Feds boy them bun down John Clark / Isat Buchanan office, thinking they could destroy the files. It's 2024. Files are stored on cloud. You fucking idiots. And that's where that one ends. Now, it's funny because they jammed up the murder case, right? And I've maintained all along all these years that that case was not tried fairly, that that case was botched, and that it was a concerted effort to keep Vybz Kartel and get him into prison in the first place and then keep him there. Silence that influence. That's been my maintenance over the whole years, right? Now, what they did at that trial by the whole jury tampering thing. If you notice, they turned it around and they said that it was Vybz Kartel, them same one who tamper with the jury. When the house get burned down, right, that was supposed to prove that this is the murder site. And I said, they didn't send a forensic team into that house to make their theory real by backing the theory with solid evidence like DNA evidence. They bulldozed the house and turned it into rubbles and did away with the rubbles, right? But they said it's Vybz Kartel and them brethren them burned down the house too. So at them tamper with the witness, with the jury, they burned down the house, and now they're probably going to say it's them burned down the lawyer office as well, right? This is very interesting, very friggin' interesting. I don't know where this is going. You know, there are some people right now who are saying Isat Buchanan them cannot actually really free Vybz Kartel and Jamaica justice system because they have it in for him so badly. What they're going to do is they're going to still hold him there, still find a reason to keep him locked up, go back to trial, find him guilty at trial again, convict him again, and that will be that. And Isat knows it. So Isat is just stringing it along and getting as much money as he can, squeezing his client. But this is a necessary evil that attorneys must do. This is a comment that I read. And this is, you know, I've heard a few people say this. Now, I'm not on that side. I highly believe that this is going to play out to where Vybz Kartel is actually going to walk out of prison. Sean Storm is actually going to walk out of prison, and it's going to be a joyous day. It's going to be a whole heap of celebration going on. It's going to be a whole heap of this, that, and the other, right? But the feat of events, the slew of events that continue to happen surrounding this case is not something that you can just look back or just look at and be like, it's really opening your eyes. I mean, I said yesterday, if you don't see it now, if you don't see it now, then the people who don't see it are the people who don't want to see it. Come on now. So much hoopla can't surround one case. You know we have a saying in Jamaica, something in a something? Yeah, if you're not go so close to go so well, you can apply that anywhere. But applying that to this particular case, it's very fishy, very dodgy. Maybe I shouldn't even use the word fishy, because in Jamaica fishy means something else. But a foreign media talk. I'm in the US speaking, and I'm speaking to our audience who is from around the world, right? So I'm going to use another word. Use the same word that the Jamaica Observer used. Very dodgy activities happening surrounding this case. And it only makes me think, if they had a solid case that had proof that was irrefutable, there would be no dodgy anything going on in this case. They would take it straight to court, they would have had a solid conviction. It would have stood at Privy Council, and that would have been that. But from day one till now, it's just bare friggery and foolishness going on. And I can't help but to think that the unseen hands are working. You know what I mean? Yeah. Read between the lines. Anyhow, I will continue to watch, because that's all I am, is a spectator from outside. I am a well-wisher as well, and I'm hoping that Vybz Kartel is free. I'm a truth speaker as well, because I followed the entire case and I read the details of the case, and the case was not tried fairly, and we got to that part all the way at Privy Council and back, and now this. Now this. You know what? I'll give you one thing to look at before I go. You see the Donnelly Donaldson, because a lot of people have forgotten about her, and the Noel Maitland case, right? That is a case that has irrefutable evidence. That is a case that has a theory or circumstantial evidence that led to a theory. A theory is when law enforcement say, well, this must have been what happened. But then you have to go back up your theory with some kind of proof as to what happened, right? That is a case that has irrefutable proof that backs up a theory. Them said this, that, and that happened to Donnelly. She went missing inside Noel Maitland's apartment. And then this, and that happened. A series of events. And then they went there and then they found DNA evidence that links back to Donnelly. Why was she bleeding out in your apartment? Why is her blood splattering so many places? Right? Remember them find it on the curtain, they found it on the wall, they found it on a pair of shoes in another room, all kind of something like that. The video camera, they have video evidence of her going into his apartment, but no video evidence of her coming out. I know she didn't come out in vapors, and I know she didn't come out through a back entrance that nobody knows about, right? Because that's the only way in and out, and so on. So you see how this adds up? But in the Vybz Kartel case, there is no such thing. It is just straight circumstantial. There's a theory, and then there are guesses. There is no boom. It happened in this yellow house right here. Send in a forensic team. The forensic team goes in the yellow house, does their investigation, and they're like, yep, a murder took place right here. Because we can see the pattern of the blood splatter. We can see the this, the that. Aha, we've got a tip of blood. Let's go test it. Oh, it came back, and this blood belongs to said victim. Them not have nothing like that in a Vybz Kartel case. There's nothing concrete about the case. This is the reason why I think there is all this cover-up and hoopla and attempt to cover up and attempt to intimidate. And come on now, if your office burned down while you're working, your office burnt down while you are working on the biggest case in the country, that could be very intimidating. It could be very intimidating. It could say that somebody is after you. It could say that somebody is after your life, right? And somebody who does not want you to proceed with what you're about to proceed with. It can get dangerous. You know what? I'm going to leave this one right here. Sorry to say, but I'm not surprised. I've gotten used now to friggery and foolishness happening in Jamaica all around. I'm not surprised. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think is going on, and tell me what you think the outcome of all this is going to be. And I'll catch you on the next video. It's SouFLoTV. Hit that subscribe button. And remember, I'm out. Peace.